I felt the need to talk out loud, so why not put it on video? Um, I'm a parent, and I just had a nice long talk with my son, um, who's 15 going on 16, and the talk was mostly me talking. I don't know. I'm assuming I'm like the majority of the parents out there. And yeah, I'm assuming I'm like the majority of the parents out there who just are struggling to make it. I was telling my son how even now, and he has an older sister who's 20, and so I've been a parent for a while, and still I'm not very good at it. But I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and my understanding of what it means to be a parent did not come from my parents. I feel like that's probably the same for some people. My understanding of being a parent came from TV and movies. So, those fuckers lied. Um, at this point, I would be pleased to have him have cigarettes in his backpack. I can give a shit less. But yeah, I took the opportunity to talk to him for like an hour because I never get to talk to him, and I feel like that was like my quota for the year. This light is fucking everything. That's all I'm saying. This is ridiculous. Hey, I guess it helped. This is not a thing I do. But yeah. As a father, and I'm hoping other fathers, I don't want to be alone. Fathers of a certain age who also have children the ages of my kids, which are 20, almost 16, and then just turned 14, boys and girls. How are you? How are you doing? What are you doing? I know it can't be all birthday cakes and rainbows, but I don't know. I was expecting the opposites thing that I have with my sons. They're less than 2 years apart, and they are certainly not cut from the same cloth. We encourage that, my wife and I. They have their own interests. They have their own, friendships, types of friendships. They have their own ambitions. I'm tired. But I don't really hope this as far as like what I go through on an emotional standpoint, but I hope you guys are all. This is me trying to avoid talking. I hope you guys are all having some sort of an interesting quandary with your kids. What to do with them, how to talk with them. My parents are divorced, and so I lived with my mom. Never got remarried until I was an adult in my 30s, so I didn't have male figures in my life. I saw my dad every other weekend, just like many a child of divorce. But most of my education, like I said, came from TGIF, Family Matters, and Step by Step, and Home Improvement, and I imagine the writers and creators and developers of these shows were also envisioning some sort of an idyllic setting, even though it had, you know, issues of the week and dealt with serious things. Were the show about my kids, my family, you wouldn't see one of the kids. And if you did, it would be for like 10 seconds as they went to the kitchen, got their food, said thank you, and then went back up into the room and were actively being trolls, not in the internet sense, but actually like under a bridge trolls. Whereas the other one, or I guess of the three, one of them doesn't live with me. She's an adult, but the boys live. The younger one is never seeking approval. He just wants you to know what he is interested in. And the depth of his knowledge on things that, of course, to be ordained, but for him, are everything. So I indulge. I want to know what he knows. Do I understand any of it? It is in English, I think. And so I try and follow along, and I do my best to try and even remember. It's very hard. Um, yeah. Yeah, on a random night in June 2024, when I am also bothered by so many things happening in the world, and I don't know how to talk about them or deal with them, which is part of my conversation with my older son. I know I can always get some sort of a mental reprieve from the terrible, awful, weird things happening out in the world with terrible, awful, weird things happening in my son's video games or whatever game he's created on his own. Yeah. All right. So I mean, I just want to say something out loud, I guess. And like an idiot, I will post this on YouTube where no one's going to watch. I guess people post stuff. I mean, they want someone to watch. They want someone to connect. I don't know. I have a lot of ambition, I think, and then I'm gonna like, if let's say I wanted to be a creator, which, like I said, maybe it's just because I want someone to listen to me. Because, kids. Right? So, yeah. Just a run of the mill dad who listens to the different things both in the world of the sphere of being an American male, adult, father, person, and then the worlds that my kids create. Hooray!